Hi, Luminaires! How are you? It is so lovely to see you here on the YouTube platform. I just finished up. I know today is a holiday in the United States. Happy Labor Day to everyone there. But I went to work anyways. I had some great sessions today and I'm feeling really good. I wanted to check in with you guys and see how you were doing. And then I was talking with Maitland, my little guide, and we were going over a book that I love, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. And there's this little test in there, and it says, what kind of healer are you? So we're going to figure that out. I'm going to wait for a few others to show up, and then I've got a questionnaire, a list of 12 questions. You're going to need a pen and paper or really good memory, and then we're going to expose what kind of healer you are. Sheldon, hi, Shine. Hi, Christy, Emma, Mina, Digital Soldiers 17. Shout out to you. Hi, Don. It's so good to see you. You guys having a good, strong day today? I hope you've taken it easy. Mondays, you know, they're transitional, but I believe they're all full of love. And this is a holiday, so it's even better. Hi, Trisha, Shelly Ham, Deepshika. Hi. You guys are awesome. Hi, Texas. You finally get to see a live. Hi, AR. Yes, and we're going to talk a little bit about what type of healer are you. I have a great healing class coming up this Thursday. A few Luminaires expressed they wanted a little more intense class because I do these 30-minute classes on Friday, like one topic, deep dive, $10 on my Learn It Live platform. Let's see, Friday we're doing Can You See Into the Future? And then a part 1 and part 2 on energy healing, working with cancer. And you could be working with yourself with cancer or working with somebody else. So it's how to connect that. And we go over complementary modalities as well as the chakra involved with what type of cancer it is. So I'm going to do a deeper dive, a 4-hour class on Thursday about polarity, the introduction to polarity. I got a little chime there. So if this is your first time watching and you're hearing the chimes in the background, the chimes are up on top of my refrigerator. There is no wind on it. There is no vent on it. It used to be a solar powered chime, but it went off all the time, which was a little too much for me to manage. So I kind of purposely dismantled it. Didn't work for like 7 months. And then it just started working day and night, real random. So I call it my spirit highlighter. So often they'll hit the chimes when we're saying something kind of in alignment or cool. Hi, B and Vlad. It's good to see you. Where do I live? I am located in Atlanta, Georgia, here in the South in the United States. How do you get to Learn It Live? You can get to Learn It Live here. learnitlive.com/Jamie Butler. I believe that's the way it works. If not, you can just type in learnitlive.com and then in the search engine on that platform, type in Jamie Butler. All my classes are also up on my calendar over on my website. So if you like to see everything put together really clear, Colleen does a great job with that in the newsletter. I just wrote the newsletter message today. I got a little like heady and subconscious-y in my newsletter, but it's good. And it lists all the classes on my website. So if you can't find Learn It Live, you can go there. But I'm excited about Thursday, where 4 hours, introduction to polarity. And polarity is highlighting and educating you on the energy currents in your body. So you have a positive current on the right side of your body. And then on the left side of your body, you have a negative energy current. On the center of your body, you have neutral. So you're just like an outlet, like on the wall, positive, negative, and then the grounder. Polarity is all about using touch, deep touch, light touch, remote touch. You can't do remote touch. Non-touch techniques to jumpstart the energy flow in the body. And it's fascinating because we even have different energy vibrations and qualities in the fingers. Like this is neutral, negative, that one's positive, that one's negative, pinky's positive. Isn't that fun to think that your middle finger is positive? Okay, so we got into talking about healing. My guide, Maitland, and I, who's 9 years old, and we want to do a test with you. Are you guys ready? Do you have pen and paper, or do you just have this amazing memory? Because I'm going to ask you 12 questions, and I want you to answer yes or no. And then we're going to go back over to which ones you answered yes to, and it's going to help describe what kind of healing like modalities you really jive with. I just said jive. Do I get points taken away from me for using that word? Hi, Kathy from Concord, California. It's good to see you. Hi, Sarah. Okay, pen and paper. Do you have it? Let's do a little test here. The first question, we're going to have 12 questions, is, I get an extra point for jive. Oh my God. Are you a good listener? And then be honest. Like, you don't have to show your answers to anybody. Are you a good listener? Yes or no? Second question, and again, we're going to have 12 questions here. The first question was, are you a good listener? Second question, do you make others feel at ease? Be honest. Do you make others feel at ease? Yes or no? Question number 3. Can you feel a connection with the earth and nature? Yes? No. Number 4. Do people confide in you? Yeah? Do you have that invisible sign above your head that's like, open for business? Come tell me all of your stuff, even though I'm not asking. Do people confide in you? Yes or no? Question number 5. Can you shake off a headache? Can you just like ignore it, get through it, shake it off? And with kids, oh my God. Number 6, do you want to make the world a better place? Is that something that you're like inside really connected to? We have 6 more questions. They're easy. Have you noticed? 7, have you ever felt the presence of an angelic or healing guide? Have you ever felt like that bigger presence that's with you, something larger than, having to do with the healing of your life or somebody else's? Yes or no? Number 8, do you have an intuitive link with animals, domestic or wildlife? Do you have that like instinct or connection? Yes or no? Number 9, you're almost there. 3 more questions, and this is recorded, so you can always go back to it, or you can send your friends over to take the little test to see what it's like. So question number 9 out of 12, do you often feel completely at one with the world? Now, those of you who do it know what I mean. If that doesn't resonate with you, say no. But it's like this global bigness, the whole world you feel at one with. Is that a yes or a no? Question number 10. Do you feel other people's pain? Like feel it. Not recognize, not see. That's very different. Do you feel other people's pain? Yes or no? Number 11. After you visited or phoned, do your friends feel better after being around you? Like, do people ever say, I just love it when you're here. I always feel better or brighter or different? Yes. So is that yes or no? Last question, all 12. Could you decide not to be unwell? So can you actually believe that you're not well and make that true? You know, in case you didn't really want to go to work, but you just didn't have the gonads to call in and say, I need to take a mental health day. So You decided to not feel well, and then you actually didn't feel well. Have you ever done that? Yes or no? Like a lot of you are thinking, wait a second. Yeah, that was good. Okay, let's look at our answers. We just did 12 questions, very simple yes and no's to figure out what kind of healer you are. And if you're just joining us, you can bump back a few minutes and you can see, or I guess you'll have to wait for the recording to come out. Bambi says, I'm so happy you're doing this. I've been trying to decipher what kind of healer I am and what direction to go with my career, my hobby, my interests. Yes. I wish I felt well, and I go to work anyways. That's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's look at this. If you answered yes to 1, 2, or 4. So 1 was, are you a good listener? 2 was, do you make others feel at ease? And 4, do people confide in you? If you do that, you're an empathic. I have sent energy over the phone to friends. That's so cool. So 1, 2, and 4, if you have a yes, you're an empathic. Some of you might find you have multi-layers in your healing. So if you answered yes to 3, 8, and 10, this was number 3, can you feel a connection with the earth and nature? Number 8 was, do you have an intuitive link with animals? And 10, do you feel other people's pain? You're shamanistic. So this is more Celtic, Gaia, earth medicine, animals, awareness. Yes, I see you guys going, oh my God, really? Slightly different than being the empath. I think slightly different. They kind of ride together. Okay, if you answered yes to questions 5, 11, and 12, which were, number 5, can you shake off a headache? Number 11, after you visited or phoned, do your friends feel better? Like people feel better when they're around you. And number 12, could you decide not to be unwell and then be unwell? If you answered yes to any of these, then your gift is more of a psychic healing. So this is going to be remote, distance, a lot of clairvoyancy, cognizancy skills, and the type of healing style that you do, but very well in the remote. My birds are going nuts today, huh? Okay, if you answered yes to the remaining 3, which is 6, 7, and 9, and these questions were, do you want to make the world a better place? Yes. Have you ever felt the presence of an angelic or healing guide? And if you answered yes to 9, do you often feel completely at one with the world? Then you have a spiritual healing ability. So this is more of a, not so much of a distance kind of a healing, which is a psychic healing. This is more of a spiritual healing, similar to the shamanistic, but this is where you're using your natural abilities, which could actually be your empathic abilities, your clairsensitives, but it's having this deep connection. Thank you, Vlad. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy this. He's reminding me to say this. I love giving information, but an advocator for myself, I'm not that talented at, I do confess. If you are somebody who enjoys these lives that I do, hit the notification bell because I don't have a regular schedule. Once you hit the bell, it'll notify you when I'm going live. So what do you do, says Bambi, if I'm all of the above? Which, that's a few of us here, isn't it? I saw you guys answering yes to quite a bit, or maybe yes to 1 in each set. or maybe 2 in each set. I mean, when I read them, I'm like, yep, yes, yes, people confide in me. Yes, I'm a good listener. Yes, I can pick up on other people's pain and I can decide not to be unwell. And I have felt presences and I love animals. We're just highly sensitive beings. So, Bambi, what this means is you got some flexibility. You can lean into whatever feels easier to you. It's interesting in our awake, it sounds really funny to say it this way, but in our awake state world, when we decide, oh, I'm graduating from high school, I'm going to go into college, I'm going to pick a career, and I'm going to study hard at it, and I'm going to learn this, and then I'm going to do it as my purpose. So when it comes to energy, and especially comes to healing, it's not about sitting back and going, I like that style of healing. I'm going to go learn that, and I'm going to study hard, and then I'm going to bring this to the table as my healing career. It's a little bit different. When it comes to what type of healer you are, and maybe you're resonating with all of them, energy work is about taking the path of ease. That doesn't mean that it's definitely not difficult. No, the path of ease is that what you're drawn to. It's like being in the flow of it. When everything is aligning and clicking for you and you're like, wow, that's just fascinating. I'm in that. Yes, that's going to make it bigger and better for you. If you're picking something, you're like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to learn it. And you worked really hard to be maybe that psychic healer, where you could see the beyond and then help them heal from a distance. And it just was never clicking. And you did all the techniques and you studied it accurately and you got A's and it's not working for you. You didn't take the path of ease. Like, listen to what your natural kind of abilities already are. And this little questionnaire is there to help you do that. Hi, Jamie. Lots of love from India. Hey, Don. It's good to see you again. Is allergy a symptom of energy sensitive person, says Sabrina. It can be, but allergies can also be deficiencies within the body, like a lack of an enzyme. Like, I don't have the proper enzyme or protein, an enzyme to digest animal protein. I have a natural allergy or aversion to animal protein. So milks, cheeses, meats, I don't digest properly. It makes me very sick. It's not a sign that I'm a highly sensitive person, but it's definitely a sign that I don't have that enzyme. So when we look at when people have allergies, like sensitivities to other kinds of foods or maybe environmental, these sensitivities could link back to them being highly sensitive, but I also would take into consideration, what is the body doing? What kind of instrument? Oh, Christine, you're so cute to ask about Lemon. We have a new baby at the house. So now we have 2 ferrets, Lemon and Lime, and their full names now is Lemon Toast. No, wait, Lime Toast and Lemon Egg, or Lemon Egg Yolky, because Lemon really enjoys egg yolk, which is like a very special treat for ferrets. And even though none of them are getting toast, Lime gets the name Toast because it pairs with egg. They're just really funny. I have got to send you some of the recordings. It's hysterical. We have hours of endless fun at our house with them. Hi, Chrissy. Okay, Emma, I was researching and doing a master's degree in humanities, and then this little test comes. Interesting. That is interesting. Yes, lemon and lime, also egg and toast. We've got a pug we love, I call Piggy, but my husband and my son stopped eating meat. Digital soldier, that's really funny. I love pugs so much. They're like the dog version of a cat. And Umi is doing great. He has met Lemon and Lime, and he's getting some outdoor playtime, 2 hours outside in the morning, which he is adoring. So everything is going extremely well in our homeland. Thank you for asking. I miss not having him here at the office. I'm trying to train him to ride in my bicycle basket. I don't know that might be crazy for most of you, but I'm going to get him to ride in my bicycle basket and take him to work because I ride my bike to work. So getting back to some healing techniques and modalities, we can look at different versions, and some are extremely popular, from crystal healing to shaman to journeying to hands-on healing to prayer healing to color healing. There's so much, anything that is energy you can use to help heal. Two that I believe are just so excellent as just foundations. Like even if you're more shamanistic, even if you're more into body work, even if you're really into just using food or psychic healing or anything, the categories we've listed, Reiki is a great foundation. It's so complementary to any other kind of healing modality, even Jinsen Jiatsu, even pranic healing, and I really enjoy polarity. And both of these two that I've chosen, which I enjoy and I teach and I use, are not based in any religion. You don't have to have any years of understanding or connection to energy. You can come green right out of the ground and just go, yep, I want to be an energy healer. And you can approach these two modalities. They're complementary, but they're just different enough. They come with different educations. They're all about learning your own intuitive trust with self. And they can put you in situations of immense healing where you're going to get validation when you're working with clients and you're working with yourself. And I think that's really important when we get into energy healing and we start doing these practices. If you're not getting that feedback or finding those validations, often the human head, gotta love that thing, jumps in and is like, what? Why are we doing this? This is nuts. This is crazy. So we want some of that validation to go, wait, what? This is working? This is different? I don't understand. Like I don't understand what these birds are doing. So let's turn that down. Sounds like I'm in a tropical forest. I am not. I'm in the city. Patty said, I finally learned what a shaman is, and now you're telling me I'm a shamanistic healer. Whoa. Hey, there are no coincidences, right, Patty? Yeah, that's so cool. Spiritual seeker. What kind of healing does a psychic healer do? So these are going to be more remote techniques. When you have distance healing techniques, and this could be wrapped in with even Reiki. You can do with remote healing. You can do pranic healing remotely. This is where you're using your psychic ability to work at far distance, which is what remote healing is. It's more of being able to connect your energy to another source. Psychic, telepathic, telekinesis. These are some things that are that way. We just did a class on dream telepathy on Learn It Live. It's got some exercises in there. It's pretty wild. Barbara, I always hear bells ding when I watch these types of videos. Is it Eric or is it cell phones? It is actually, if you're new, how can I do this? There is a bell on top of my refrigerator. It's a small chime. It was a solar powered chime, but it went off too often, so I broke it, I dismantled it, I damaged it, and it stayed broken for 7 months. And then after that, somehow it started to work again. I don't understand why. And it seems to only ding day and night, by the way, when there's something like really important processing. So I call it my spiritual highlighter. And commonly it's Maitland. Maitland loves this. When Eric is here, he loves to run through that thing, but those are the bells. Katie says, I'm realizing the healing component is such a huge theme through all the spiritual work I do. Mediumship, channeling, psychic readings. The end result and the purpose is healing and holing. Oh, I love that. Holing. That is awesome. Katie, what a realization. B says, we did our very first Reiki 1 attunement with our student, was in Europe. She saw the colors and felt the cooler air. Aww. Bea, thank you. She says, Jamie is the best Reiki master. Thank you. So grateful for your teachings. Well, Bea, I love teaching. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm so happy you just did your first attunement. I can't wait to hear all about it. We're going to be talking in our little meeting on Wednesday. As if you couldn't tell by the tall buildings behind you that I wasn't in a tropical setting. Yeah, I thought I would show you the windows today. Oh. Is that your New York City apartment? Nope, it is my Atlanta apartment. Am I going crazy or am I hearing bells? Tiana, you're hearing the chimes. The chimes go off when Maitland feels like we've made a really good point. Bambi, are you going to do the Reiki level 1 again? Yes. The last few you've done, I haven't been able to do. Oh, so you're interested? That's really exciting. Yes, we're having another one, I think November October is Reiki 1, and then November level 2, and then I'm going to do another round January level 1, February level 2, and we're going to do remote ones. They'll be online, so you can be anywhere in the world. The class is usually all day, like 4 hours. And then the Reiki Mastership is going to be in March, and I'm going to do it remotely again. And that's a 2-day event, 4 hours on one day, and 3 hours the next day, I believe. I really enjoy it. Does Eric come to see you often? Much love from Wales. Hi, Wales. Let's see, Cell Tech number 1. Yes, Eric does come to visit. Often? I don't know. But when he's here, you know it. He's not here today. I haven't seen him. Lauren S., are any of these types of healers more inclined to be able to communicate with spirit? What about different ways of communicating with spirit? Oh, so you want to know how you would communicate to spirit easier? You ready for another test? You don't really need pen and paper for this. Hi, Skinny Robert. I will tell Eric Tony said hi. I'll pass it on. Okay, here's another test. Imagine that you have a book report due. Wah, wah. It's a book report. You love the book. Which way of these 3 would you obtain more information from the book to do a book report? Would you rather read the book yourself? Your eyes are on it, you're reading it. Would you get more information from that? Or would you get more information if somebody sat and read the book to you? I always love that. By listening to the book, would you get more information? Or would it be that you would have to kind of like get the script of the book, then you would have to like act it out. You have to like imagine yourself all in it, and you're the character and you're doing it. And that's the way that you would get the most information. Out of those 3, which one best suits you and the amount of information that you would remember? So if you were the one that said, well, I would have to read the book, I need to see it, I would say clairvoyant. So I would approach communication to spirit with clairvoyancy, with imagery, with signs, daydreams, kind of real heady, but very intuitive and imagination, lots of creativity in there. If you said, well, I want somebody to read me the book, then clairaudient. So then I would approach communication with spirit from a very simple 2-word conversation, yes, no. You ask the questions, which have to be yes and no questions, and they respond yes, no. Pretty good. If you said, well, I got to be the character and I got to act that out and I got to be all in there, then I would say use your instrument. You're the clairsensitive. Your body's going to give you hits or pings, a gut instinct, a heartfelt sensation, and I would really communicate with spirit through touch, through this bodily sense of knowing. Now, there's one in here that I didn't include. It's called claircognizant, where you just know stuff. You just, osmosis, I don't know what it is. You just know it without being able to identify the source or where it came from, but it's real. So when we're doing a book report, Usually we just don't osmosis the whole story, but it does happen. So if you're having a lot of these aha moments where you get these pings and you go, oh, that's a really good idea. That's a bright idea. That's fantastic. I'm going to take it and run with it. That's claircognizant. So I would allow spirit to come and just kind of drop those nuggets into your head. Do you got that? Read it. So Anne, you'd be clairvoyant. Emma, clairvoyant. Ooh, MM is both reading and listening, so it's like a clairvoyant, clairaudient. Tiana, do you do private readings? I do. I do them on Mondays today. Read myself or listen on tape so I can go over it myself. Digital soldiers, that is how I work. I read it and I have the audio tape playing. Fula, hey Jamie, watching all the way from South Africa. Oh my gosh. So it's Thuli, Mahola, or Majola? I hope it's a H sound. It's beautiful. So Tiana, are you a healer? I hear yes. Chrissy, having it read to me. So clairaudient. This is so fascinating. Mary Anderson says, both. It takes longer if I read it through because then I daydream while reading. You and my daughter are from the same pod. Spiritual seeker, I just had a psychic tell me that I was clairvoyant, and here you are telling me that too. Cool, things are lining up for you. Isn't it great when we get those like validations and the feedback and they're all just kind of putting you on that same path? Always check in here. So anywhere, decision making, anywhere throughout your life, highly sensitive people, that's you, Luminaires. That's why you're here. This content resonates with you, kind of like that motorcycle. Resonates with you. So you're interested in somebody who's living their life that's energy centric, somebody who's using their higher vibrations to help navigate their human life. And what is it? Having a spiritual, like, what is it? I'm a spiritual being having a human existence. Oh, we can laugh about that later that I can't remember it. But in any decision making that you're doing, Maitland thought it was funny I couldn't remember it. Pay attention to how you're feeling in any of the decisions and in any path that you're taking. And when you pay attention to that, you'll often find that you're making the right choices. But sometimes when we hit that conflict or that rub where it's like, you know that feeling? I don't know. It's because we might be surrendering our decision making or our power to somebody else or to a system or to a process. And it's not fitting you because you're more high vibrational. So we're coming out of heavy structures, heavy routine. We're getting more into rhythm, fluidity, intuition, creativity, and that feels better to you. So no matter what decisions you're making, I hope that you check in with yourself. See if it resonates with you. See if your intuition is like, yeah, that feels good when we try it on. Pay attention to the conflict, because it might not be really about where you're headed, but about where you're investing your energy. So you might need to call it back in. Say, all right, I got this together. Now I'm going to make my decision. I'm not going to base it on that process or that system or that routine or that person or guidance. Yeah, the validation. It's necessary. Fiona, is there a reason that in the last 2 weeks that you're super sensitive and picking up on people's emotions and also struggling to contain that? Well, Fiona, there's a lot happening, especially in August. August was a real big turn the lights on kind of a month. And people who had some intuitive skills got boosted. People who came from zero, ground up, were at 60 miles per hour within like 5 seconds and going, I'm having these intuitive hits and I'm having these feelings and what is going on? So to have these jumps like this, Fiona, where you're feeling overwhelmed and picking up on people's emotions is really like, I was going to say, an homage to your natural abilities. Really, you're spreading your wings. So when we're having those bursts, it's not that you are going crazy. This is an opportunity to acknowledge, okay, my abilities are getting stronger. Now I'm going to be required to pay attention to them a little bit more and provide a safe boundary for them. Not brick walls, not brick walls. We're not coming in and shielding off things, like, get away. It's boundaries. Boundaries can be fluid. You can say yes, no during a boundary. It's like a screened-in porch. The air comes in, the sweet smells come in, the flies and the bugs stay out. Mary Anderson, how did your abilities change, Jamie? I think about this sometimes because I know how, whoa, you already are. Whoa. I started off very clairvoyant and clairaudient. I could see and I could hear, and it was just like talking to people, and I was that way as a kid. Then when I got older, I started to feel things. That was very scary for me, to feel them in my body, to feel them touch me. And then after the whole feeling experience through my 20s, and then I started having babies, becoming a mom, and I became more sensitive to other people. Then I started really the claircognizant, the knowing, just knowing, and really being able to blend all of it together. And I would guess something that was really fun is that I didn't slow down to say, oh, that was this ability, and this one was that ability, and now I'm going to use this ability. I can mix them pretty well. But I did take a long time. I'm 47 now. And in my journey, I took quite a bit of time with each thing and learning it, because that's how I had to process it and experience it. That might not be your story. You guys might wake up tomorrow, today, now, and be like, boom, got it all. You're just going to have to roll with it. Are the headaches part of the knowing, says Dawn? Sometimes, yes. The claircognizant knowing, a lot of energy is moving into the head, top of the head, through the forehead, sometimes through the back of the head. And if it's overwhelming, it can kind of jam up the energy in there or create a blockage, and it can feel like a sinus pressure. But if you're having consistent headaches and they're showing up in different ways, I would seek some help in assessing why that sensation is happening. It's always good to get others' opinions, but best check in. Chrissy says, I feel like I just intuitively know things. Claircognizant. And am I or can I be a healer? Absolutely. Claircognizant is a great kind of medical intuitive. Member! KDP, I'm squeezing you. Yay! You just became a Lumen Light, which is great. I just put out the September's meditation today, a day early. No, 2 days early. So you can enjoy our new club exclusive meditation. It's beautiful. It's one based on healing. Can you see my themes? It's based on healing, and it's a little gift that I gave to my stepmom when she was needing some healing to work through shrinking a tumor in her brain. So I took some of the things that she needed to hear, made this, and shaped it a little bit for the Luminaires. Welcome to the club, says Deb. It's so exciting. Okay, sorry. I know I was saying something and I got so excited. Oh, medical intuit, Chrissy. People who are medically intuitive or claircognizant, they're able to look at people and they know instantly their medical issues, what's going on with them physically, mentally, emotionally, look at the layers of them. So yes, that is a wonderful way of building the healing career. Emma, should I set my own healing business up? I'm torn between this and going back to school. Torn? I don't want to see you torn. Okay, let's sit back and look at decisions when you're on a fence. So you're going to do your pros and cons list, I'm sure, right? What would be better? But let's look at this. Do you really enjoy learning the information? Do you love knowing? If you love that knowing, and that knowing is part of your value of feeling successful, of feeling courageous, that school, that's going to do you great. You can't go wrong. If you're looking at the school and you're like, all right, this is a way for me to get information. If I take this path, I'm told if I do this path, then I have this degree and the certification that I then can apply for a job, and then I can do these fixed things. So if you're seeing it more like a tool, and it's not necessarily your deep inner passion to have all that knowledge, then let's look at your alternative that you have set up, which is a healing business. Why are you attracted to that? So is it about just doing the work that you want to do, but feeling less confident because you don't have a degree? If so, it's time to sit down and really hold that emotion, hold that need of, I need to be certified before I can do anything. And maybe there's some research and things you can do on healing modalities, and just go ahead and start your life's career. Now, if you're asking for what Spirit was saying, I was told to zip my lips, because this is a really big moment in your life for you to base this decision on something inside of you. So earlier in this broadcast, we did a questionnaire, 1 through 12, yes and no questions of what type of healer you are. So if you would like to take that quiz, when this posts, just head back. It's right up at the beginning. You won't be disappointed. It's very cute and very easy. And it comes from a book that I really enjoy. So if you're out there and you're highly sensitive and you're like, I just want to know a little bit more. I don't want to get deep and all into this hot mess, but I just want to know more. Go for these playful books. There are a ton of them out there, and I really enjoy them. And they're going to be something like this one. This one is, How Psychic Are You? How cool is that? It's fun. 76 techniques to boost your innate power. Not 75, people, 76. It's worth it. It's colorful. Can we do it this way? I tease. I really like this book. It's colorful. I like images. It gives you exercises and little quizzes. They're fun to go back through. Let's see. Techniques from looking at the aura, awaken your senses. And each one is just like 2 pages, 3 pages long. It's just enough information to get you curious and to give you an experience where you can say, oh, I'm connected to that now. Like, that resonates with me. Now I want to know more. And then you can go buy the big book solely about that deep topic. Got it? Like, we don't have to jump into the deep end all the time. We can do these great little fun things. I've got so many of these. I've got one like Test Your Psychic Powers, Teen Psychic. Oh my God, the Teen Psychic books are so much fun. Even if you're 65, if you're curious and you want like a light material on many topics, go for these. They don't get enough kudos. Emma, thank you so much for the financial love. That is very, very sweet. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Kiara, can you write the book name in the info box when we end it? Why don't I do it now? This one is, How Psychic Are You? Remember, it's 76 techniques to boost your innate power. Is it by Julie? Oops, sorry, I'm not capitalizing your name, Julie Soskin. But it's a great book. Jamie should have 106 likes under her video. What? Oh, because there's 106 people? You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for advocating for me. It helps me learn these techniques of saying thank you so much for being here, which that is very easy for me to connect to. Asking for you to like the content is a little different for me. And do hit the notification bell, because I go live, but it's a little random. And it will notify you that I am live. And anything that I'm going to do live that's on a schedule, I'll definitely post it early for you guys to see. And if you like this and you want exclusive content, you can join the YouTube membership, which we have 3 tiers. And in this, we have a lower one that you get a monthly meditation and book club. We're reading The Biology of Belief right now, Maitland Lowe's book club. Our next book is going to be The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. This is going to be a good read. I can feel it. And then on the second tier, you get that as well as a monthly energy update where Maitland goes over what chakras are challenged, needed, and used for the month and what's just going on globally and locally. And then on the highest tier, you get to join all of that plus a live stream trance channeling with Maitland and Grace, and you can ask your questions. It's been really, really fun, and I super appreciate you guys being here and supporting this kind of work. I'm really over the moon about it. Super touched. Okay, well, I'm going to take off. It is a Labor Day holiday here in the United States, so everybody's kind of having their feast, gathering and putting their feet up. I really appreciate that. May you find several ways today to be kind to yourself, to express the love that you feel, and let's hug someone today. Touch is so important. We're getting back into creating community just ever so slightly. So who can you hug today? I'm going to go home and hug Lemon and Lime, our ferrets, our new ferrets, gently but firmly because they're squirmers. Thank you so much, Luminaires. Tiana, thank you so much. Cher, it's good to see you here. Spiritual Seeker, thank you. Thank you, Stephanie, Digital Soldier. Kiwi Lover, so awesome. Mary Anderson, just visiting. That is such a clever name. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Oh, it's so nice to see you here too. Thank you, Emma. What does Umi think of, what does Zuni think of bits? Or is it Umi think of birds? Thank you, Angie. You convinced a fly to go outside the other day instead of hitting it with a fly swatter. Yay! Oh my God, you did your telepathy. That is awesome. Psychokinesis, influencing it on animals with a slight telepathy. Isn't it, were you blown away? I am so excited to hear that. Thank you for sharing. Deepshika, thank you so much. Hearts to you. Mina, thank you. Kiara, much, much, much love to you. Get some rest. Give Italy all my love, please. Kim, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, Shelly. Bye, Sarah. I'm so happy that your bathroom is not a sauna anymore and things are repaired. Mary. Oh, well, that's a good one. Mary Gates, we're closing up though. I'm going to take off. How do you get over the fears of clairvoyant and claircognizant interpreting being wrong? I've had pretty good success, but I still doubt myself. It's about finding those experiences that give you the validation points to build trust. So I would preface it when you give messages to anybody, let them know that, hey, I'm worried or I'm nervous that this isn't as accurate as I want it to be. So please take this information as advice and not fact. And then you deliver it. And then if you want, Mary, you can say, give me back that feedback if you found it to be true and helpful to you, because that's going to help me build my abilities and my trust within myself. Just visiting. I love that name so much. I've watched Jacqueline's Akashic Record video, Akashic Record video. Jacqueline, that was her name. I was telling Colleen, there was a guide that came through. Was it Jackie? Was it Jacqueline? Jacqueline. You are so welcome. And thank you so much for watching that. I really want to have Jacqueline back. So I was trying to meditate and reach out to her. This morning you got a hornet to go out the window? Go share! These are the small little things that just build validation and trust. These are miracles and awesomeness and showing us that energy is absolutely what we're all made of. Vlad, love and light to everyone. Unconditional love is everything, says Vlad. I solely agree. Okay, I'm signing off. Remember, this is not woo-woo. It's true. Enjoy your day. Bye, everybody.